fried clams, pizza, chicken parm. We got our own wicked bites here today. Okay, here we go. Take 17. Hey everyone, Matt Swerk here. You've been to the channel before. We know you've subscribed and you're getting notifications of the videos just like this. You have lots of questions. We have lots of answers. We have a lot of people reaching out to us, so be patient if we don't get back right away. To get any information, you can call us, you can text us, you can send us an email, you can jump on Facebook, and very soon Tyler's going to set up a calendar link so you can reach out to book an appointment on the calendar. Remember, when it comes to Massachusetts, we've always got your back. All right, so today we're going to do something wicked fun. We're going to talk about some of my favorite places to eat, but more specifically, some of my favorite foods and where you would get them. The list has no order whatsoever. I just started using my electronic pad, and I said, all right, let me just start thinking about some of my favorite things. The first one I came up with is buffalo chicken nachos. Oh, buffalo chicken nachos, absolutely delicious, multicolored chips, drizzle with hot sauce, fried chicken on there, scallions, blue cheese crumbles, comes on a big giant plate. Where do you get it? The Fours in Boston. The Fours is a local chain that's named after the four sports here in Boston or in Massachusetts. This place is really cool. It's got so much interesting history as far as all the different sports memorabilia. I don't have this on the list, but they got this awesome steak and cheese sandwich called the Bobby Orr. And it's a steak tip sandwich on a braided roll. I shouldn't be telling you about this because this isn't my favorite steak and cheese. However, it's my second favorite. But the place is just awesome. Most of their sandwiches are named after famous Boston athletes. So you definitely got to go check out the Fours. All right, I started talking steak and cheese. That wasn't a setup to go into steak and cheese. It just came out of my mouth that way. Steak and cheese, I got to say, one of my favorites is... it's from a place, it started off as a place called Carl's. It was in Waltham, Massachusetts. They opened up a location out in Leominster that's called Tories. They have another one in Acton, Massachusetts called TC Lando's. I think they have a couple other locations. They're large subs. Whoa, they're huge, right? And the meat, I don't even know how to describe what the meat is, but it's just like, it's so delicious. They have so many different variations of their steak and cheese. It's absolutely amazing. So if you want a great steak and cheese, and we don't call them cheese steaks, we don't put that whizzy stuff all over them. We have American cheese. Definitely got to check out one of the locations, either Carl's, TC Lando's, or Tories. So much great food. All these restaurants I'm bringing up, they have great food. We're just not going to break down their entire menu. All right, this one we got to take a little bit of a trip. And I got to be cautious about talking about barbecue here in Massachusetts because of our southern friends. You would laugh at us as far as what we call barbecue versus you, right? Now, I'm a big fan of brisket. I'm sure I've never really had the real brisket because it hasn't been from the deep south. However, down in Sturbridge, Massachusetts, there's an awesome place called BT Smokehouse. It's right on Main Street. Really cute location. That's when you get a plate from there, it is just overwhelming. It's huge. Of course, I'm able to stomach the whole thing. But their brisket is unbelievable. I'm a huge fan of pulled pork as well. Anything off that of BT Smokehouse, like, you can't go wrong. It's a great place to go. All right, this one. I put Chinese food next, right? I didn't pick anything specific, right? I just decided to pick Chinese food. And I didn't do that with all categories of types of food. But I was trying to think, I love General Gao's chicken. And there's a place right next to our Westford location of Keller Williams called Bamboo. And Bamboo is a local chain. The food is absolutely phenomenal there. I mean, the General Gao's chicken's really good. But anything they make is absolutely delicious. Their salt and pepper wings are great. I can't run through the menu because, again, I'll get too excited. They have, when this whole mess is over and we get people going back to buffets, they have an awesome lunch buffet and a Sunday buffet that comes with lots of sushi. So check mark to Bamboo. Love that Chinese food. All right. This is a tough one for me. I was going to say Italian, and I said, all right, how do I narrow it down, like my favorite Italian place? Because I'm a big fan of chicken parm, right? Chicken parm is my thing. I could eat that every day. And I started thinking all the restaurants that have chicken parm, and I'm like, I got to give it to the Chateau. I got to give it to the Chateau. Another local chain. The one we go to is in Waltham. They're kind of spread out throughout the state. The place is absolutely, it's one of those kind of old Italian kind of interior restaurants. But I'll tell you, all the restaurants, the service is phenomenal. I'm a big critic as far as gravy is concerned, and the gravy that they make there is so good. I usually get meatless gravy over my stuff. It's phenomenal. So great chicken parm, big serving size, great fun atmosphere. Got to go to Chateau. Here's another one I think I get some flack for it. I was thinking of a couple different places for this, and I said, you know what? I got to give it to this little hole in the wall out in Leominster, Massachusetts. So I'm talking about Best Burgers, right? Best Burgers, I got to say, this place called Sookies, right? Sookies, really interesting place. They kind of started or highlighted with fried chicken. And we were getting their fried chicken. Their fried chicken tenders are really good. I think they use like some type of a corn flake, not cornmeal, but a corn flake crust. So it has a lot of flavor to it. And we were just kind of getting the fried chicken, and then all of a sudden I was like, you know what? Like I saw it. I'm one of those creeps. I'm watching people eat, and I'm like, that guy looks like he's really enjoying his burger, right? So I had to kind of walk over there, and I talked to a lot of different people just randomly. So I said, I've never gotten a sandwich from here. Like, what do you think? And he was like, Matt, best burgers ever. And I was like, So I started going through the menu. I mean, there's a gazillion burgers. They're all delicious. They're all delicious. They got this like fiery burger that's got jalapenos, habaneros. I mean, the thing is hot and spicy. I sweat like crazy when I eat spicy food, and they're looking at me like, are you okay? And I'm like, oh, load it on there. I love it. So you want a good burger? Come out to Leominster, Massachusetts. Look for Sookies. All right. So then I started thinking desserts, right? Like now you think by my size I'm a big dessert guy, but that's not the case. However, when it comes to desserts, it's funny, now that I say it, like any type of lemon thing I love. However, I'm Italian. Cannolis. There's a lot of great places for cannolis, and I know some people will not like this because it's kind of a touristy place for Boston, but I got to give it up to Mike's Pastry. And I don't know if it's just because of the history of going there as a kid. I think I gave the little tip in one of the other videos that there's so many people, there's a line that gets formed, right? But it's really kind of confusing how it goes. So if you're from the area, just to kind of wander past the people that are trying to figure out where they go, and you just go right to the counter and order, I'll take a bunch of cannolis. But I love their cannolis. I'm a cannoli snob where I like chocolate chips. I think that's blasphemy. No. That's my personal opinion. No chocolate chips and cannolis. Love Mike's Pastries. Now, if you're down in the North End and you have gotten your dessert first, which some people do, I've never done that. My dad did let the kids eat pie for breakfast one year on their birthdays, which was fun. But anyway, my wife is Korean, so I was thinking, we love going to a good Korean barbecue place. Very different from the barbecue we were talking earlier. This is a kind of a regional chain. I wouldn't say regional. They have a couple restaurants in New York and New Jersey, but we have one out in Medford called Sura. Sura is an all-you-can-eat Korean barbecue, right? Really what they do is they bring it's all you can eat. So you check off the meats you want. They bring all the meats. You actually, either you can cook it on the table or they cook it for you. You just keep ordering. And our family likes to eat a lot. And we like all different types of food. So this is great because you can just try every meat and seafood you possibly can imagine. So if you have never eaten Korean barbecue, I definitely recommend it. There's a lot of things that come with it, these little side dishes. But Sura, absolutely love that place. That's one of my favorites. If I want to do like an event or getting a lot of people together, we're definitely going there. All right. Now, of course, if you've seen the other videos, for some reason or another, we're always able to slide fried clams in there. So fried clams, you're getting a highlight today. Woo! All right. So my favorite place, now this is not Massachusetts, so I might get a little slap on the wrist for this one. I know. It's our friends in New Hampshire. It's funny because there's a place up in Kittery, Maine. Right, it's not even New Hampshire. Oh my gosh, it's even further. So it's in New England. Kittery is like here, and Portsmouth is right here, so that's like they're kind of the same. So you can be in both states at the same time, just spread your legs apart. One of those goofy things. But I gotta say for fried clams, and one of my favorite places was in Quincy, Massachusetts, where I'm from. However, that got torn down. They put a big building there, so I can't talk about those. So I got to go out further. In town, I'd say locally, I got a place called SS Lobster that's really good. However, for an experience of fried clam bellies, you got to go to Roberts, right? I'll park on this one for a minute here. Roberts, we stumbled across that place years ago, going up for a long weekend. I think we ate there like 4 times, and we got the lobster bakes, which is lobster, not fried clams, but steamer clams. There is mussels, there's chorizo, there's potatoes. I mean, it's a feast, right? So that's the classic lobster bake, but we're talking fried clams. Roberts does not skimp on their portions or their quality. Everything is locally sourced. So I snuck outside the box of the state for this one, but I had to. All right. I don't think I said Rodizio before, but we're talking Brazilian barbecue, right? As you can tell, I like to eat. We like to eat as much as we can. So I want to give it to Fogo de Chão, right? But they're national and their food is amazing. And I wanted to stay local, right? So my second favorite place is out in Worcester called Pampas. Pampas, really great family that runs that place. Very clean. The meat is absolutely delicious, seasoned well. A lot of things wrapped in bacon, which makes everything better. They have a huge I want to say salad bar that has all the fixing and all kinds of different creations there. So really nice place. What I like about that is that if you did want to drink alcohol, you can bring your own in, and they'll cork it and serve it to you. It's great. So definitely try Pampas out in Worcester. I love that. Very close to Restaurant Row down on Shrewsbury Street. I think we talked about it in another video. So Worcester has great restaurants. All right. Now, this one was kind of goofy for me because I had to throw it in there, but I was thinking hot dogs, right? I love hot dogs. I gotta say, best hot dog in the state, Fenway Frank. I gotta say it, right? Is there anything delicious about it? I don't think so. What's the big attraction to it? Come on, you're at a Sox game. You're people passing the food down because you're in the middle of the row. You're like, throw me some mustard. They're throwing it over everyone. It's just part of the experience about going to a ball game and being at Fenway Park. So I had to throw that in there. But it's good. You know what I mean? You got to order a couple because you just shove a couple real fast. All right, my last one for today is going to have a little bit of controversy, especially with the man behind the camera. And we're going to talk about my favorite pizza. Yeah, you can hear him back there. He remembers this from another video. He's not going to like this. So I'm going to throw some props out there to keep my main man Tyler happy. Pizza is one of my favorite things. I could eat it everywhere and anywhere. My kids joke around the fact that I went to a bowling alley once and I got pizza and it was like cardboard with ketchup on it. It was still good. It was pizza. And I would eat it again. Probably not my favorite, but I would definitely eat it again. So you can't really go wrong if you throw a pizza in front of my face. However, again, being kind of an old school person, I still remember Regina's in the North End, right? They started off at this little place. They opened up a bunch of not in the food court. They would open up they have kind of Regina's there, but the original was in and still is in the North End of Boston. Like I said, as far if I was going to go in there, absolutely would stop at Regina's. Love the pizza. Such a good balance of oil on there. What I have to tip my hat off to is Santarpio's, though. Santarpio's, which is right next to the North End. That's in East Boston. Tyler was mad at me because I told him I wasn't the biggest fan of it. It was interesting because a lot of people travel a long distance to come to Santarpio's. I don't see as many people driving for Regina's, but for Santarpio's they do. And I don't know, the pizza's good without a question, right? But they only offer a couple of kinds. They want to keep it simple. They want to just pop it out there. They want you to be completely satisfied, quick in and out. You don't have to wait long to get a table. One of the things that I think they're not famous for, but a lot of people go for as well, is their lamb sausages. So you wouldn't really think about that going to a pizza place, but they definitely have it. So I'll give a little bit of credit to Santapio's, even though it's not my favorite on the list. Regina's. Those are my favorites. All right, I don't think we shook your core and changed your whole mindset about moving to Massachusetts or visiting Massachusetts. Talking about my favorite foods, however, we thought that would be something that was fun. So, like I said, there's a lot of people that are looking for information, and we absolutely love it. So keep the calls coming in, keep the emails coming in. We'll get back to you as quick as we can, get you all that information. Very simple. Call us, text us, email us, send us something on Facebook. Soon, like I said, Tal will get a Calendarly link. Say that 25 times fast. Remember, when it comes to Massachusetts, we've always got your back.